Everyone, thanks for joining us. We've got Curtis Fenn from REDX. What's up, Curtis? How are you?
Hey, Tristan, good to be here.
What are you munching on, dude?
It was a lifesaver. I
Oh,
got accused of my breath was kicking like Chuck Norris, so
yeah,
had to
that's
get it
pretty
in there.
bad. Like Chuck is pretty bad, bro. All right, so you've got something good for us today. What's the thing you wanted to talk about today?
Well, let's just talk about getting listings. You know, it's seems to be the topic that everybody. I mean, that's the topic, isn't it? Getting listings, and then the NAR settlement made it more of a topic because more people are focused on getting listings and trying to create a predictable and profitable business. So that's what we're always about. So um yeah, so there's a lot to talk about, but I'll just jump right in with that REDX is doing this crazy summer jumpstart for people to get listings over the next 90 days, which essentially is a 30%, 33% discount. It's you buy 2 months, you get 1 month free, and then there's all kinds of coaching and training and courses that come along with that, because we want to make sure that people can get listings and start to secure listings over the next 90 days to make sure that as they go into the busier fall season, when there's that they're going to have inventory.
I like that. So
So
where do we start, man?
you know where I always like to start is 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 the
How
ways
about
that
this?
you get
Hold on.
listings, right? I
Do
mean,
this. You start where you're gonna start, and then I'll show you. Obviously, we always think the same, and then I'll show you where something simple what we can do if they don't want to start there. But both are good. All right, you first go.
okay, well, where I want to start is people need to think about getting listings in a different way than maybe they have, and they need to think like a marketer. And you don't have to become a marketer. You want to be a real estate professional, but you have to understand marketing, which is my background, and I would argue that's what has made Tristan such a successful real estate professional, is that he thinks like a marketer. And the first thing to do to think like a marketer is you marketers first start with their audience. Who are the people that I'm going to go after? And the worst thing that you can do is, well, everybody who wants to sell, everybody wants to buy, everybody is my customer. And
Mm.
and and from Incredibles, remember that Pixar flick? If everybody's special, nobody is. And that's the same as marketing. If you think that you're going to go out and serve everyone, then you can't truly serve anyone. And so you have to start with the audience. And you know where you want to start. I think the best place to start, whether you are a high producing agent now or whether you are a um, just getting started, you want to start with the people that have the highest intent to do something, to transact, right? The highest intent people, which comes back to the thing that we've been around for 22 years pitching, which is expired listings. It doesn't mean you have to cold call. It doesn't mean you have to be that type of prospector. But if we're just thinking about the audience, the average expired listing relists within 35 days, and half of them with the new agent. So if you just go and go pull the last 6 months of expireds in your marketplace, you go, wow, there's that many listings available to me just with the expired listings, because they're high intent. They're going to relist with the new agent within 35 days. Um, and then of course there's FSBOs. We know that 9 out of 10 FSBOs end up using an agent in the sale of their home. 9 out of 10. That they're trying to sell. They're trying to sell. That's high intent. You have foreclosure or distressed property owners. They're on a time frame. They've got to do something.
Mm.
And then there's the other things like vacant rental properties. Landlords are often fed up with those. They don't want to deal with them anymore. That's a great listing opportunity. And these are the high intent. So you start with first an audience of people, and then you move into, okay, how do I get their attention? How do I get the attention of these people who are high intent to make a move in real estate? And so then we move into how to get their attention, which which Tristan, you've heard me say before, it's attention is the highest form of currency in today's market.
Mm-hmm.
And what's different today is that you're not just competing with other agents in your marketplace. You're competing with every billboard, with every advertisement, with everything that's competing for the attention of your audience. Is you have to compete for their attention. And if you know how to do that the right way, which we could go down that road, the right way to get people's attention, which is really what I like to talk about is the brain and psychology and the marketing psychology. But you've got to get their attention in multiple ways. Some people use the phone. A lot of agents still do that, right, Tristan? They're picking up their phone and they're calling expireds, or they're calling FSBOs, or they're calling distressed properties, and they're trying to get their attention directly that way. Social media is, you can target these people. You can target all of the expired listings from the last 5 years in your marketplace that never relisted. You could create an ad, you could load that list into social media, and you could get their attention directly on social media. And then, of course, direct mail, which is another topic where we could go down into some tangents, because right now, direct mail has the highest ROI of any marketing medium, even higher than social media, higher than text messages. But you got to do something to get their attention. Of course, once you have their attention, then it's up to you to create the relationship and form a relationship and show them that you're the professional that they need to help them to the next step in their life, in their real estate journey.
Yeah, it's true, man. I like that. I just took notes on that, the audience and then retargeting and then giving them value specifically. I think you're right. Either sending them something that's specific to them that gives you a higher return. Like, is that a Stanley?
Yeah.
Stanley Cup, dude. You guys over there are like loving the Stanleys, man.
Hey,
I think
man,
the whole trend started in Utah, let me tell
it
you.
had to. And my wife got me one, and I said, "What are you doing buying one of those?" And then I used it, and it fit in my cup holder in my car, and I was like, I'm sold. That's it. It's over.
Dude, I love it. I love it. Look, along the same lines as the reaching out to a specific audience, I've got something for you. We came up with this, I think, last month when we were looking to see what our team was doing that was helping us get through I think it was the winter slash beginning of spring market, right? And so we named it the daily jumpstart, just so to simplify the things that we should be doing. And some of these things you talked about, right? Which is the handwritten notes, the sending them something. So
Yep.
for us, it's 520-111. And the 5 is text call 5 people you know that you haven't talked to in 60 days. And we have a list of reasons to reach out. So it could be going through like comment messaging on social. You can just go on social and do some research there. But people that you just haven't connected with that you should, right? Easy. 5 of those daily. Next, engage 20 minutes daily with people on social media. Like you were saying, if you're already retargeting and they're engaging with you, there's no reason you should just leave it there.
Well,
Go
here's well, most people don't even know this, but if you, and again, we could spend a whole 30 minutes on just this one topic strategy. So let me go real quick. But if you have a custom audience, which you can do on your own, you just take the expired listings, and if you have their phone number and email, you can upload that right into Meta, and now you have a custom audience. Or if you have REDX, you just hit a button and it creates the custom audience in social media for you. But once you have that custom audience, now you could boost content, or you could do ads to those people that you're not connected with. They're not your followers on social media. And once you're connected, if they engage with you in a 24-hour period, now if you DM them, you're going to show up in their DMs without being connected to them. So as soon as they engage with one of your ads or one of your boosted content, then you can, I don't know that people get the power of that, but no. They got to know that deals are in the DMs right now. It's It's as powerful a form of communication as a phone call or a text message. So as soon as they like something that you said, as soon as they make a comment about what you said, is if you're on it and you go DM them, now you're in their inbox. You're at the top of their DMs. That's
Yeah,
powerful.
it is very powerful, man. And for me, that covers the one in the middle, the one, which is post one thoughtful or engaging post that hits your target audience. And then people are going to engage with you that you don't know. And if you know them, great. But then for me, Curtis, meet one new person daily and engage with them. You know how hard that is for people to meet one new person? I posted this in lab coats and people were stuck on that one. They're like, how do we meet new people? What do you mean? I'm like, wait a second. What?
What?
That's our business. I'm
I
like,
did.
go and meet new people.
Yeah.
How do we
Well,
meet new people? Just REDX alone.
right.
Fired, canceled for rent by owners,
Yeah.
do notice of default, retargeting now through the brand builder, right? That you've
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
There's a lot
Yeah.
you can do.
Well, not to mention just being out in the world and meeting people, right? You know, like Mark just said on the chat, I talked to somebody in the grocery store. Yeah, I mean, you know, I see a lot of negative comments about people who still wear their, you know, their
The little
Century
name
21
tag?
badge or something, you know, or a name badge. But I go, you know,
Make it a
that's great.
t-shirt then. Make it a
Yeah,
t-shirt.
make it. That's right. You know, so I think
Your
there's
own
a lot of ways to do that, which is pretty powerful. I wanted to go back to the one thoughtful post daily.
So let me bring up, here you go.
Yep, the one thoughtful post that hits your target audience. I just have a couple things to say about that.
Shoot.
One is when you understand your target audience, it's easy to make a thoughtful post. And let me give you an example of expired listings again. Expireds are at the end of a contract. They're at 180 days, usually around 6 months. They're frustrated. They may be embarrassed because they've been saying goodbye to their neighbors and their friends for 6 months, and then the
Mhm.
sign comes out of their yard and they're frustrated, right? They're frustrated. They're angry, and if you understand that, now I can make a thoughtful post that you're going to pay attention to amongst all of the other noise on social media. So if I made a video that said, if you've been trying to sell your home and it hasn't sold, here's the top 3 reasons why homes don't sell in today's market. Like if you made that video and somebody was frustrated that their home didn't sell and they're wondering why didn't it sell, they're gonna engage with your video. That
Yes.
is a thoughtful video. And if I could give something away for people right now, this may be news to you also here. If you go to the App Store and download REDX Brand Builder, we've now made that app free.
Okay,
REDX
hold. What?
REDX
Red,
Brand Builder,
REDX.
Brand Builder. It should be in iOS and Android.
Brand.
So
Wow. We love everyone, not
yeah, we
just
love everyone.
the iPhone. Brand builder. Oh, I typed in TEDx. That won't work.
Yeah, no,
Don't make that
although I
mistake.
do have that app. Yeah.
REDX brand builder. There it is. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, here, let me connect.
Well, for you have a username and password already with us because you have active accounts.
Yeah,
But
man.
even if you're not a customer, you just create an account in there, and this is an app that helps you to create thoughtful videos. And what it is it uses AI, so you can write an idea, and it's using AI to help generate a script for a video. And once you have that script, then you can hit record, and now it's a teleprompter right on your phone. And you record that video, and then you'll have the video that you could post directly to your social media feed from there. And just so people understand where this fits into REDX, we actually have a service that would take that video and do all the editing for them, put the captions, and that's our brand builder service. But the app is free to use to generate ideas and to understand those ideas and then to create your videos. Because as we've been helping people in social media, especially make thoughtful videos that target different audiences, the number one thing is people get caught up on what do I say? And I'm worried about what I look like, and I'm worried about and that analysis paralysis prevents them from doing anything. And so the nice thing about this is you can write the script, you can use AI to do the script, you can record it in sections, but then you can play back the video and go, okay, I'm going to do another take of that. Maybe your eyes were moving too much to read or whatever. But the teleprompter, you can adjust the speed and size of fonts and everything else. So that's one way that can help agents start to create thoughtful posts. Because I would argue, I would argue that if you're only going to make one post a day, that video would be the ideal medium type that you would want to post on social media.
I love that, man. And I agree with you on.
Yeah. The last I read is 85% of all social media users just prefer more video.
Yeah. I would put video first and then mix it up with some text as well, or a graphic, right? But more video.
Yeah.
Definitely. I agree. And then dude, I didn't know that. I just downloaded it. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then here, wrapping it up at the top here with send one handwritten note to someone you talked to today or yesterday. I think that's the easiest thing you can do. It's like, who did I talk to yesterday? Like if I'm talking to Curtis right now, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to reach out with an extra note. Or it could be one of the 5 people you talked to. It could be somebody that you engaged with for 20 minutes on social, somebody that engaged with you on their post, or that one person that you met today and you happen to get their home address to send them something. I know there's a friend of mine called Gail. She uses send out cards. So she sends out, it's like, hey, what's your address? What's your address? But yeah, dude, that handwritten note or something in the mail to people really adds that extra touch, which is what you're saying. The value-driven content. You've got your audience. You now finally have their attention. But what are you doing with the attention? A lot of us just drop it there. It's like, where's the added value to convert them to where we want to convert them for a relationship long term?
Right. Well, and I think that's key. And actually, not to blow too much smoke here up your skirt here, Tristan, but you're the prime example of this, because since I've known you, almost every time we talk on the phone, you followed up with the text. Almost every single time. And whether I'm assuming you do that intentionally, but what it's done is like, even I'm already calling it. Even after we get off, I would get a text and be like, hey man, that was a great podcast. Thanks. And the amount of time that it takes to follow up with one more touch point to show people that you care is the ROI is ridiculous on the 7 seconds it takes to follow up with somebody with a note or a text or something. Say, hey, that was great chatting with you, or it was great to meet you. Just want to let you know again, it was great to meet you. Like if a relationship is the end result, you can set yourself apart by that level of gratitude and effort, right? It's so simple, and yet that's before we ever got into business together. It's what made me want to get into business with you. Is every time we talked, or every time that we were on a Zoom at the same time, even if there's like 4 people, I'd get a text from you. It was like, hey, that was great, thanks. I was like, man, he really cares about me. And then I realized he did to everybody. It wasn't as special, but
that's funny.
But still pretty special.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Well, it goes along with the whole idea of just getting more business. And if we want to get more listings, we've got to make people feel confident in us that we can get the job done. And there's also a feeling for most people, right? Outside of some investors that you're working with, but for most people, they got to feel like they're connected with you. Like, oh, you know what? I have a good feeling about this person. All right. This person really cares about me, because people don't care about you until they know you care about them. Right. Yeah. And that goes along with the whole idea of getting listings and getting more business.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that we're connecting with people that way. That's why I liked the audience. Like identify your audience. Then you've got now that you've identified it, let's get their attention, right? After you've gotten their attention, how can you provide more value or how can you connect with them a little deeper to create that relationship?
Yeah. Well, and part of that is understanding the where they're at. It's again, sorry for people that watch, anywhere I'm on a podcast, but I got 6 lines that I say, but I think they're so true, and I wish people would follow the advice. But um, when people are in an emotional experience, they want human connection to guide them through that. Right. So
Mm.
we might communicate on text. We might communicate. I might search for a property online. I might do tons of research. But as soon as things get too stressful, I want to connect with you and I want to feel the opposite emotion of where I'm at. So if I'm overwhelmed, think of a FISBO. If I'm overwhelmed with the situation, that what I need to feel in a relationship is not overwhelmed. I need to feel like I can trust that you are going to take care of the things that are making me feel overwhelmed. I need to feel confident, right? And same with if I'm an expired listing and I feel frustrated and discouraged, well, I need to feel hope. You need to help me feel hope that you're going to get the job done when the last person couldn't.
Yeah.
And so we're connecting with people because when stakes are high, we want that human connection. We want that relationship to walk us through that situation. You might have an investor that just doesn't get too emotional because they've been through it a lot, but it doesn't mean at some point emotions will get high and they're still going to want that connection with someone to help guide them through that process. So,
That's true.
and look, I love that you called that doc Jumpstart because that's the name of the sale going on this week at REDX is Summer Jumpstart. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to give we should have planned that, right?
That's funny.
We're trying to give you a leg up and take some of the stress of the price out by giving a pretty significant discount. And that way you can have all of the lists of target audiences of people who are high intent leads. And even if it's geo leads, you can still narrow that list down to an audience where you can speak to them in a way that they're going to pay attention, right? Maybe I narrow it down to absentee owners, or maybe I narrow it down to empty nesters, or whatever. We have lots and lots of data points on every household, so you can narrow that down. And then we have the ad builder to connect and create custom audiences in social media. We have the auto dialer if you want to do the phone. We have and we, just to let the cat out of the bag, direct mail is a feature we're getting ready to launch. We've been doing testing. I got my postcards in the mail so that the same way you can select and say, I want to call them. Now I want to create a custom audience. Now I want to send them a postcard. And we have some really good proven templates, postcards, QR codes. It goes right back to a page. And then again, it will tell you who's looking at your stuff. And everything
I was
else.
trying to find that here, but I found something. Hold on. At the very bottom, it says REDX Summer Jumpstart has started.
Yep.
Buy 2 months and get the third free. Oh, that's how. Got it. That's interesting.
Yep. So you can jump in there, but our mailing is not. I'm letting the cat out of the bag right now. It's the first time people are hearing that.
Dude, I
Besides a
didn't know
small
that you
group of
guys were
focus
gonna
group.
mail.
Yeah.
So can you explain to me how that's gonna work? Because when I'm calling, let's say I'm calling, I like calling expireds over FISBOs personally. So let's say I'm calling an expired and I connect with them. They're like, no, 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 it's not good. No problem. What I'll do right after, I'll text you so you have my information and then we'll stay in touch. Right.
Yep.
Then wait, I do that. But now, how am I going to be able to mail them through your product that
You could do,
expired?
yeah, you could do one, or you could do, every expired you talk to, that day. You're going to select the list, and right in Vortex where you had it, it said mail. Right now,
Boom.
that button opens up a mail merge that you can print addresses and envelopes. But
Right
the
here.
new feature will essentially you'll open it up and you'll select the postcard, or you'll upload your own postcard.
Okay.
And it'll go through, and we try to look out there and say, what's everybody else charging to send a postcard? It's usually $1. So we're going with, I don't know how cheap it's going to be. Probably like 89 cents or something, you know.
And so like, dude, if I hit up, let's say Anthony,
Yep.
I call him up. Is it going to have a mail button for Anthony here so I can mail him from here as well? Like if I just want Anthony?
That, I mean, now you're asking questions that making me look silly.
Well, it's brand new. It hasn't even come out yet, and I'm already asking questions.
So no, but real simple, because in your call session you can tag them, and there's, yeah, it's going to be real simple. So you would tag Anthony, and then at the end of your call session, you would go through, make sure that you want to send a postcard to everybody who you've tagged, and then you select the postcard or upload your own. And then that's going to get printed and sent. The first time you do it, you'll upload your photo because we want them branded to you. You'll upload your logo and photo to make sure that it's a postcard from you. And that way the landing page, the QR code on the postcard where it takes them will also be branded to you. And then anytime someone scans that QR code, you'll get a text that says, hey, the person at this address just scanned the QR code. So that way you can track and yep.
All right.
So
when does it come out?
When does it come out? Well, if people want to say I want to be on the beta list, we'll just add that to their account. We're right in the middle of adding customers on kind of a beta group. So So I'll put your team on there, Tristan.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, definitely. Especially if we could just do one click off of like, oh, I just talked to him, done. Send him
send a postcard. That's right.
That'd be pretty powerful.
Yep.
I like that.
So
all right. And look,
and it's just one more way to get their attention, right? I mean, we're competing for attention of a lot of stuff. And if you speak to the problem that they're experiencing, they're more likely to pay attention. Right. And if you have multiple ways that you're speaking to them, so you're calling them or knocking on the door, you're sending them postcards, you're doing the custom audiences on social media, and then you have that's the most that you can do to get their attention so that they'll pay attention, and that can turn into a relationship, which turns into transactions and commissions. So and REDX can help people do all of those things.
Dude, you guys are putting it all together in one place. I love that. It makes it easier for me.
That's right.
All right. And guys, I put up a little link so that if you have questions about REDX, it's there. Is that also the link that people would be able to sign up for the Jumpstart, or is that completely a different link?
No, we did send you a different link for that. But for now, since I don't know that unless somebody's on my team is listening to the podcast, they can post that in the chat. They can call in and just mention the Jumpstart, and that way they'll get a much bigger discount than even that. So,
all right, hold on. Let me see if I can find it over at the top. Let me reload my page. Maybe I have the Jumpstart link. Nope. But what we'll do after, we'll send everyone who attended an email with a link, and then the recording of this. As this is recorded, if you want to go through it, and you can also take a look at the little Jumpstart logo. By the way, Curtis, I'll send that over to you too.
Okay, yeah, great.
I had no idea that we were going to talk about Jumpstart together, which is beautiful.
Hey, man.
So it always happens. I don't think that it's not happened.
Pretty crazy. Look, we're both listening to the marketplace and what people need right now. And, so happy if I can help somebody get some listings in the next 90 days.
I love it, man. All right, everyone, you know where to sign up. Curtis, thanks so much, man.
Thanks, Tristan. Yep. We'll see you.